What is up? This guy's a major dickhead. Just cut me off. Apparently we don't know how merging works. Fucking zipper merge, dummy. I let you go. I let the person in front of you go. Then you let me go. And then someone lets you go. Duh. Anyways, Asian man complaining. What is this dumbass doing, bro? There's a sidewalk right there. Why are we crossing? Dude walking by. Know his daughter. Anyways, ironic. Asian man critiquing other people's driving. I get it. What did I just do? I just got done with the gym. Did a little hour of cardio, obviously. Got me a Lunchable. I was mad hungry, and it's 10 in the morning. I haven't eaten any food all day. And I was like, well, shit. I mean, I don't really want to get McDonald's breakfast. Also, hashtag Free Palestine. And I was like, I could go to Big Y, see if Big Y got any hot bar. But I was like, probably not. So I was like, shit. Well, it's a grocery store. So looked at my other options. And it was either 330 calories and 13 grams of protein from a nice little Lunchable. So kind of surprising. Or like a fat donut that would have like nothing good in it. So a little bit of something from the Lunchable is what I got. What did I want to talk about today? I want to talk about Brotherhood. I think if you know me in real life, I think I do it less now, but for a while, like, let's just say during the extreme insecurity part of my life, which is a long time, I am still very influenced by my brother. And I think, I'll probably talk about it later, about like the dynamics of like birth order and stuff like that. But I guess, where to begin Brotherhood? Okay, I have a brother. He is my one sibling. Before my brother, my parents' birthday child, well, my mom did, but she died at birth. Shout out Iara. That was her name, and then she died very young. And funnily enough, that's why your boy is in the picture. Shout out to my sister. Shout out Big Sis, because if she didn't then my parents only wanted 2 children, and they also are pro-choice, I think. So your boy might have been spawn killed, pre-spawn killed, straight killed on the test server type of vibe. And so obviously shout out ER, shout out Big Sister. I'm sure she would have been a baddie. Go her. And so I have one sibling. It's me and my brother. He's an older brother. A little bit about him. And this is what I was trying to get into. Like when I used to be like super, like I was very insecure about like a lot of things. I always saw my brother as this perfect person, right? This guy that just did everything right, was always better than me in every possible capacity, and was, like freaking, I don't even know. He was just like perfect in my eyes. So he was like my role model, the source of my insecurity, and also me and him were not friends at all during the time when I was like glazing him, which is totally valid. Like I get it now. Like I get it. A little bit about him now though. Okay. I'm like 6'1", pushing 6'2", maybe a little bit. And he is like 6'3", 6'4". Dude's tall as hell. Well, I mean, he don't look tall, that's the thing, but he's taller than me. And I'm not short. He's taller than me. He's definitely smarter than me in like sciences. Like he's like, dude is like that with it. Or not sciences, like math and applied sciences. He's really smart at like physics, stuff like that. Boom, 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 freaking thermodynamics, blood is like that. Computers, he's like that. So he's like I mean, light years beyond me. The dude's just smart. Okay, he's smart. Like he's like the nerd, and he's not nerdy, but he's like, if you were to think about what type of archetype, like what type of smart archetype, if that makes sense, that like a nerd would have, he's got it right. He's just good at all that shit. But where he falls in, and where he's kind of maybe not so smart, is his he doesn't read. He doesn't like English as a subject. He doesn't really like history. So I think that's where I have a one-up on him. But for a long time, I mean, me and my brother, I think there's another thing. I was talking with there's so much to like break down about siblings and having particularly a brother. Obviously, I'm not a girl. I hope that's obvious. But so I can't speak about sister relationships. I can only imagine. I can only think about what it would be like with my very limited knowledge of females. So what have you. But I think they're fundamentally very different. And also I think that, I guess one thing to say is that siblings are the only people that can really, really ever understand. Unless you guys are like very separated in age. But if you guys are close to age, like me and my brother's 2 years older than me, right? So going through elementary school, middle school, we went to the same schools. I had a lot of teachers that knew me as Malik's little brother, and I knew a bunch of older kids knew me as Malik's little brother. So that definitely had an impact on me. That's a little side tangent. But when your sibling is so like close to you in age and also the same gender, and I think it does influence it a little bit, is like we're both minorities, right? Like he looks like me. Honestly, I don't think we look that similar, but I live in a rural town in Connecticut. When you both are the same race and it's not white, people think you look alike. So you get a lot of like, oh my god, you look like so much like your brother. Are you guys twins? No, we're actually not twins, fucking dickhead. It's called being Asian. Learn about it. Read a book. Go outside, freaking white lady. Anyways, but he is the only person, man. He's the only person that gets it. Okay, when I say get it, I mean he's the only person that lived in the same house as me. Had the same parents, had the same upbringing, had the same resources, had the same everything, right? And obviously, sure, he had maybe this and I had maybe this, or my parents, maybe do this and they didn't make him do that. There's gonna be differences, but your siblings are really the only one that can understand and is ever really gonna know it, right? And it's not just memories, right? It's just a vibe. Like, I know the vibe of my childhood, and me and my brother know each other's vibes, if that makes sense. Like, we both knew what it was like, and maybe we don't remember it particularly. So that's why, we can't really explain it to someone else. I'm trying my best here, and I will get into it. We'll get into some pretty deep stuff today. Because the relationship with my brother, I think, is one of the key points in my life. I'm surprised I haven't talked about it before. Where was I? Yeah, like your sibling's the only one that can get it. Wait, pause on that. But unless you have a super close cousin or like someone you've known your entire life and have been like always in their home, or they have always been in your home like all the time, maybe they can understand. But I think for me, it's just my brother. Now, in particular with me, so if y'all don't know this about me, I had severe anger issues. Went to therapy for it and everything. It didn't work, by the way. Fun fact about me, I once had to talk to the principal about bringing a gun to school, but it was a BB gun, so don't take that out of context. I don't even know why I said that. I was just thinking about all the issues I've had with the establishment. One time this is elementary school. I was like 5 years old when that happened with the BB gun. Like in 5th grade, I remember I had ISS because I I fought some kid because the kid was making fun of this girl for like wearing like shitty shoes or some shit. Like that pissed me off. I remember that time. That was a little bit of anger, but I was very well behaved in school. I never really got mad at school, okay? I was like good little Asian boy. You would never have guessed the absolute horrible child I was at home. I threw temper tantrums all the time. I got really mad all the time. Kind of anger was like default. I mean, that's the thing. It wasn't the default emotion. It was just the default response. Like anything that didn't go my way, I was like super mad. I was like always angry. And this inevitably took a toll on the relationship with, everyone in my family, to be honest. I barely have a relationship with my dad. That's why. I had a very shitty relationship with my mom and my brother. They both recovered better. But I think the person I'm closest with is my brother, to be honest. And, I can only imagine the amount of, like, fucking annoyance and pain he had to go through being an older brother of a little shithead. Because I was a shithead for, like, decade. Maybe not a decade, but, like, yeah, definitely not a decade. But, like, at least, like, half a decade. Like, from, like, ages of, like, like, maybe 7 years. Probably, like, I ain't gonna say it. But since the age of, like, maybe, like, probably, like, 6 to around, like, 13, I was just a dickhead all the time. I was just an absolute shithead, right? That girl's fucking texting and driving. What a genius move by her. And honestly, it's a little embarrassing to admit, but let's get back to the topic. My brother, he didn't really get to be angry because, you already got some kid being angry. Like, he had to step up. And I think, I mentioned briefly before, birth order. Other day, my brother was like, I was like asking him, because we're going to the same college. Go Huskies. Wait, go Gators. Yeah. And I was like, dude, how do you do this? How do you do that? Wait, how do I waive this? How do I sign up for that? And he was like, bro, you know that I had to figure all this out by myself? And I was like, yeah, but now you could just tell me. Like, the fuck? That's what you're for. And obviously I'm being a little bit facetious with that, but it's true. Like, a lot of things I've never had to worry about. Like, college admissions rolls around, I already knew what I was in for. I already knew, like, the process, partially because of my brother. I go to a school, I kind of said it was like a bad thing earlier, like, teachers know you and shit. It's not really. Like, it's kind of a good thing. Like, my parents already know the teachers. Like, everything is kind of set up. Like, I'm kind of following a path, right? We didn't go to the same high school, which I think is good, because then it would have felt even more like I'm following a path. But to some extent, for those younger years, it's not a bad thing. I was just like going along, I had all the same teachers from ages 4 to like 11 or something like 11. I had the same teachers that he had. I think that's a long time. That's 7 years? And I'm like, I don't even know how to describe what I'm talking about. I just think it's just interesting how my life has followed a path that has been marked out by him. And now I'm going to the same college as him. I'm in the same major as him, which I'm probably going to change. And it felt, because, like I said before, he was my role model, right? I believe he was fucking perfect. Like, dude got like a 1540 on the SAT, and my mom told me I had to get a 1550. Like, that's just gonna get in your mind a little bit about, you either have to be better than your brother or you have to be like on par with your brother. In the end, I got a fucking 1510, so might as well just go kill myself. That's a joke, but to some extent, it's a little bit real when your whole life you feel like you're being compared. For a long time, he used to be better than me at tennis. He's always been taller than me. He's always been like more obviously smarter than me, if that makes sense, right? Like, all the stuff that's very quantifiable, he's good at. Like, I'm not bad at math, okay? I'm not bad at it, but I'm just not stellar at it, right? I'm not like, obviously, damn, this guy knows numbers, right? When I became valedictorian, TS had already happened in the family, bro. My mom and dad went 2 for 2. My brother was already valedictorian. So it's like, he's valedictorian. So like I didn't really get celebrated. It was like, okay, whatever. And that could eat you up a little bit. But what can you do? Do I think that my parents favor my brother? Yeah. They definitely don't love me as much as they love him. Which, that kind of sucks. That's kind of rough if you think about it. And I say that because just like some things, like they will like feel like they splurge a little bit more on my brother. And plus it's just all the shit that I've done so far, he's already accomplished. So it's like when it comes around for me to do it, it's like, oh, that's nice. And I think that I just think that in general, my parents are very like unappreciative. Like, I don't think they get that like this is really turning into like a family thing. This is not really my brother. I'll bring it back in a second. I'll bring it back. Don't worry. But I just want to say this, like, I feel like my parents are very like hands off. A lot of people assume that they were like tiger parents. Like I just said, me and my brother were both valedictorian. My parents did jack shit, bro. Never did my mom and dad ever help me fucking study for a test or tell me I had to get certain grades. Like, and it's the same thing with my brother. Dumb motherfuckers were just so lucky that me and my brother just turned out to be decently good at school, right? Or okay, I'll give us props. Like we were both very good at school, and like my parents never really forced it. Like they're so lucky, and I think that they don't get that like other kids be out here fucking, I don't know, like drinking, doing drugs, not turning in no assignments, just being dickheads, and like they never had to like discipline us for that. Like it's never. It's like a funny thing. Like people would ask me, like, "What if you brought home like a bee to your parents?" I'm like, "Oh, how the fuck would I know? I never did that." Same with my brother. My brother never did that shit either. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, my parents I don't think they get that they got lucky, like a little bit. Like they got like lucky with having like 2 kids that are both valedictorians, not paying no tuition for college, both not we're not majoring in liberal arts. Like my brother is doing mechanical and computer science, and I'm fucking currently mechanical. Like we could, what if I was out here doing a liberal arts degree, bro? Or not a liberal arts, like there are good liberal arts degrees, like math is a liberal arts degree. Like stuff like, what if I was taking like gender studies right now? Okay, they know how to steer us in the right direction. Yeah, but my brother, when I think of brotherhood, cornerly enough, like cornball behavior, I think of fucking Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. And now, disclaimer alert, yes, I think they're funny. Low-key sometimes, in the middle of the night when I'm watching some Andrew Tate motivation core, I low-key get motivated. I'm like, damn, I kind of want to be like Andrew Tate. But like, that's like the side of him that's not the abuses women, sex trafficker and like predator and all that. So that's like, I like compartmentalize, you know what I'm saying? When I think Andrew Tate, I don't think about that. Like I think about like Andrew Tate, like, oi bruv, when he's like funny and shit. But them two are super like close, right? Like these 2 brothers are like, at least that's what they appear like online. And they're like, oh, like your brother's the only one that's ever there for you. Like you gotta trust your brother. Like me and him have one bank account. Well, and I admire that a lot. Like I wish I was like that with my brother. And maybe one day we will, because we're getting closer and closer. We might even live together off campus, like my sophomore year during college. Like that'd be pretty lit. And I don't know. I just want to say, like, when I think brotherhood, I think of that. But also I think about my brother. Durr. And I think what I also, about like that race thing, I think that like the experiences for me and my brother, obviously I can't speak for him. I wasn't spectating him all the time. However, I feel like because of our race, because me and my brother both were Asians going to schools, well, for me, I went to more diverse schools than him. he went to high school in like a white, just everyone's white kind of place, like very few Asians. And I also, I mean, there's some schools, like you go to New Jersey, it's like everyone's like Indian and Asian. It's like crazy amounts. But every school I've gone to, I've been like maybe out of a handful. I was like a part of a handful of people that were of the Asian variety. And I think that because of that, our experiences have been very similar. I think that if you're white, you can have like a whole, like there's like and even like black and Latino, at least in the places I've gone to, because they were, like my middle school had a bunch of Latino people, and I mean, not my high school. My high school was very, very white. Yeah, actually, my high school was pretty white. Yeah. But I think that because of our Asianness, we had very similar like paths. And I say that because one, we're a minority, and also I just think that, you know, if you're white, there's so many different archetypes you could have. Like you could be like a weird white kid. When I say weird, I mean you just don't conform to the conventions of society, and it doesn't mean that you're actually a weird person. It just means that, you know, you're not of the status quo. You could be like the regular white boy, you know, what, like middle class. You could be the rich white boy. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm just spouting nonsense right now, but I feel like my other minorities out there, my other POCs, I'm saying, will understand what I'm talking about. Like they'll get it. Like you definitely know what I'm talking about. And sometimes you feel like you have to be or it feels like you're put into a box because of who you are. And I feel like me and my brother, we're both put into the same box, so we have similar, like, you know, growths. And that's why I mean, like, he's the only one I can really relate to. Yeah. But, you know, I've been talking a lot about how my brother's been like fucking, dude, pause, bro, pause, big pause. I'm talking about how my brother, like, I saw him as a god, right? This dude was fucking perfect. And I think seeing him not fall, I wouldn't say that, but I would say he fell in my eyes. Like, he is not this perfect being. And I think that once I started treating him just like another person, then like our relationship got really like close, or got better. I mean, I talked to him about all sorts of stuff. He don't really talk to me that much. Like, we'll be driving in the car, and it'll be like an hour-long drive, and I'll be talking like for like 90% of it. But like he'll still talk, you know. He's listening. He's there, but he's just a shyer person. I think he's definitely more of an introvert than me. Much more of an introvert than me. And yeah, and also I want to say, like, older brother advice, bro. Like, that shit hits, man. All the time, my brother always just pulls out dimes. Like, he's always fucking on it, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, the 10% of the time he talking, that shit is like, you know, he don't have to use a lot of words to say a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's very concise. Like, this one time, you know, if you watched on the video, you might have heard that I have yearly cries. And not this year. Last year's yearly cry, I was crying over not getting valedictorian because I thought I didn't think that I had, like, basically I was just operating under false pretenses. Your boy won in the end. Hey, yo. But I was under the false, you know, conception that I wasn't going to win. And I was falling apart a little bit because I felt like I had to. Partially, big part because my brother had done it and I wanted to be like my brother. And I called him up and I was like, dude, like, I'm fucked, bro. Like, I'm just like unbelievably fucked is what I'm pretty sure I said to him. And I was like choking up a little bit, like, and like, he's so quick with it. Like, he knows when he has to, when I need shit, or like I need to hear something. And he told me, like, bro, like, this shit don't matter. Go with the flow. It's mostly luck, which is all true. Like, if you ever find yourself in the position where, I guess maybe not being a valedictorian, I feel like that's a pretty small subset, not because of any like esoteric nature of being a valedictorian, just because of the fact that, like, I don't feel like a lot of people care about being valedictorian. But like, you know, if you're ever up for something, like a lot of it's luck. You go with the flow. You can't control it, which is all just true things. And he's like instantly telling me that shit. I was like, damn, I need to hear that. And it pulled me out of a very big funk. And I was like, let's go. I don't know. I just think that my brother has always been like a source of, for a while, he used to just be like something I like try to be like. And more, I don't want to be like my brother, to be honest. He's his own person. And I'm like, I'm so happy for him being his own person, because, you know, a lot of people I feel like are trying to live in the box that they're placed into, and he's definitely not doing that. He's very much like I don't give a fuck what other people think. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. I don't care if it's not what other people want to do, which is so respectable. But the person he wants to be is just not the person I want to be, and that's like 1,000,000% okay. Like, it would be weird if I was like, yeah, I want to fucking what's it called? I want to what? I want to be a computer science major or some shit. Like, I don't want to do that. Fuck computer science. Ew. But that's something he's really passionate about. So, you know. So I guess shout out to my brother for being his own person. W him. W Ronan. Although, his dumbass, I found out he wasn't even subscribed to my channel, bro. I had to subscribe for him. What a dickhead. He doesn't even have notifications on. He's not even going to see this video. Well, he doesn't need to see this video, actually. Ooh, it'd be kind of weird if he saw this video. Yo, if you're Guga, that's what I call him. It's older brother in Chinese. He calls me DD. It's a whole thing. If you're Guga, bro, leave a comment on his video. Tell me if you watched it or not. Wait. Okay, wait. Nah, don't do that. Matter of fact, just tell me IRL. You know me. You got my number. Anyways, this video's kind of long. I don't really have a conclusion. I guess maybe this is just like a story of my relationship with my brother, I guess. But I think your siblinghood is very important. It's like I said from the start, right? He's the only person that's ever really gonna understand where I come from, right? Like, your childhood has an immeasurable impact on who you are and who you will be, and like how you act in the future. Like, if you really think about it, you know, like, why childhood feels so long, right? Like when you tell like an 8-year-old child, dude, you gotta wait like a year for this movie to come out, they're gonna be like, fuck you. What the fuck? A whole fucking year? Now I'm hearing, dude, new Spider-Man movie coming out next year. I'm like, bro, let's go. That's hype. Like, that's fucking hype, bro. Only a year away. Time begins to go faster because when you're a kid, time is really slow because everything is new to you. Okay? Like, first phone, first time watching, TV, first time playing a video game, first time playing Fortnite. That shit was amazing. The first time I played Fortnite was in my brother's room on his computer. Shout out Robro. Got me on the games, bro. That shit got me addicted to video games. Man, fuck, dude. I'm getting fucked, bro. I'm playing fucking video games. Fuck you, Guga. I'm just playing. But yeah, like, everything's new, so you're just like going with the flow. Just everything's new. It feels so foreign. Like, everything's foreign to you. So time marches on, right? You get older, not as many new stuff. Okay, you're on year fucking 8 of your 40-year-long career. 32 years probably seems like a fucking long time, but like 1-2 years don't seem that long. Days probably started blend together. God, I'm gonna kill myself before it gets to that. I'm not gonna lie. That's my worst nightmare, honestly. Live life to the fullest, bro. Live every day to the fullest. Matter of fact, that's lucky what I'm feeling like right now. Days are blended together, so I gotta fix that. But anyways, back to the Brotherhood. Shout out my brother. What was I even saying? Yeah, he's the only one that ever gets it. So, like, when you ever need something, like, you want to have a close relationship with a sibling. And obviously, it's not possible for everyone. And, if you're like a boy and a girl, it's probably a little different dynamic, maybe. Or a girl and a girl, it's probably a different dynamic. But, sometimes you're going to need someone that just understands why you are who you are. And like I said before, a lot of it is just your childhood. And the only person that understands your childhood is a sibling. Especially a sibling that's close to you. I mean, honestly, if you got like a sibling and y'all don't even didn't live together, like y'all fucking, I don't even know, not that close, just skip this vid. Matter of fact, yeah, just rewind this vid, take your view away, bruh. because this shit was not for you. Yeah, okay, shout out my brother, shout out sisterhood, just shout out brother sisterhood, shout out siblinghood, shout out my sister who died. R.I.P. R.I.P. Can we get some R.I.Ps in the chat? A comment R.I.P. down below if you got to this part in the video. You a real one. And like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. If you got a sibling, like, text them like I love you or some shit. Or not, maybe that's too corny. Just be like, text them like, yo, what's up? I don't know, that'd be fun. That's all they, you know, sometimes that's all you got. Is your siblings. All right, peace out, guys. Bye.